It binds us to reaction. So again, we have to take birth, and before we have to experience death, that is old age and disease. So with every action, there are 4 free reactions. What are the 4 free reactions? आपने सुना है एक के साथ एक फ्री, लेकिन कर्मा के साथ 4 फ्री मिलता है एक नहीं वो 4 क्या है? जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि. This is dukkha. This is the suffering that the human race is experiencing. No other suffering is there. But the purpose of human life is to resolve these 4 problems of birth, old age, disease, and death. Do you find any institute in the world which can give you the knowledge or the formula how to overcome these 4 things? Is there any institute? Any excellence center? Any doctor? No one. This knowledge is only available in Bhagavad Gita. Gunane tat atit trin dehi deha samudbhava janma mrityu jara dukkher vimukta amrit ashmate. So Bhagavad Gita gives us the teaching through which we can conquer all these 4 problems and become released from it. Vimukta amrita ashrute. One can experience the nectar even in this life. So before Arjuna tastes the nectar, Arjuna wants to taste the universal form of the Lord. Whatever the opulence and the energies Krishna has spoken in the 9th chapter, in the 7th chapter, and in the 8th, 10th chapter, Arjuna wanted to have a display of it. Like if you are wanting to buy something very valuable, so what do you do normally? You want to take a display of it, isn't it? You want to test it before you invest. Because if you invest without testing, then your money can be lost. So people in this age, what they say, seeing is believing. Can you see your mind? Can you see your intelligence? So if seeing is believing, then it does not exist. We cannot see our soul also, because they are subtle. Anyway, Arjuna makes a request and Krishna fulfills the request by showing him the universal form. And the universal form means that the entire universe, the entire creation of the universe, the entire manifestation of the universe is pervaded in one place, in one person. And that person is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. And when Krishna sees, Arjuna sees this form of Krishna, Arjuna becomes very frightened. Because Krishna not only shows his universal form, he shows his Kala Rupa, his form of all-devouring personality of death. And after seeing it, Arjuna is very terrified. And Arjuna is also completely aghasted. So now Arjuna comes to know that Krishna is such a supreme person. Till now, Arjuna was considering Krishna to be his friend. So Arjuna is frightened. And Arjuna is offering, first what he offers glorification. From 36th verse, I'm connecting you from 36th verse. Today we will do the 44th verse. So from 36th verse till 38th verse, Arjuna is offering his glorifications. What he has seen in the universal form. That you are the master of the senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and you are greater even than Brahma, because he sees the personality of Brahma present in the Vishwarup. He even says Rudra, he even says Indra, Chandra, all the demigods, all the exalted personalities, he sees in that universal form. So first he is glorifying this universal form, and then he is offering his obeisances, his pranams. 39, 40, he is offering his obeisances that we discussed. And from 41 till 44 practically, Arjuna is offering his apology. He is making forgiveness. He is seeking forgiveness. So, in case if we happen to offend someone, and then become that person is very higher. I'll give you one practical example. All of you know about Abdul Kalam Azad, one of the greatest scientists that this country has produced so far. So Abdul Kalam Azad, he wanted to join ISRO. So he had gone to Chennai. Then he was very young, a young, science student. And he was to give the interview next day. So he reached, because when there is something very important, you don't want to miss, you don't want to take chance. Supposingly you get call from TCS or for you any big company, you don't go for private jobs. You only go for government job, even if you have a government job interview. So you will not reach there at the same day. You will try to reach there at least one day earlier. The train may become late, the flight may become late, then you miss. So he went one day earlier and he went to the Chennai beach. And on the Chennai beach, he was just trying to enjoy the beach. And then his eyes caught one elderly person sitting on one bench and wearing dhoti kurta. So he, leaned forward, went and saw that person, and he saw that person was reading Bhagavad Gita. And this young man, he questioned that person. He said, "My dear sir, excuse me. Our country, India, it aspires to go on moon. We want to start the space mission. Why you are studying Bhagavad Gita? This is 5,000-year-old book. What have you to do with this book?" So that man did not say anything. But again, he continued. So he asked, that elderly man asks this young man, that what is your aspiration? What do you want to be? So he said that I want to take India into space and this and that. And I have come here for my selection. And I want to meet Vikram Sarabhai. Vikram Sarabhai was the previous personality who was leading the person. So that person himself was Vikram Sarabhai. But he did not reveal. So after a few minutes, a car came and some commandos came. And that commando escorted this elderly man in the car and they went. And next day, when he came into the interview, he saw that the same person was behind the seat. And from that day, the perception of Abdul Kalam Azad completely changed. You see, if you hear any speech of Abdul Kalam Azad, from where he will quote? He quotes from Bhagavad Gita. So his ideal was Vikram Sarabhai. But he did not knew what is the content of Bhagavad Gita. So similarly, our Gen Z, so-called Gen Z, they don't know what is the content of Bhagavad Gita. This is the supreme absolute knowledge, which can transform our life and make the quality of our life so that we can be free from suffering. Is there any person who wants to have a state of suffering? Everyone wants to be free from suffering. But do we know the formula? How to be free? The more we try, the more we are trapped. So Bhagavad Gita is very, very important for all of us. So we see Arjuna is giving this demonstration himself that if we offend someone or if we commit some offense to someone, what we should do? We should apologize. Apology is only possible with that heart. That heart is pure. Impure heart will never accept apology. He will never accept, because if you accept your mistake, then what is the possibility? That the error which is there in you, it will be over. And if you don't accept the mistake, what is the possibility? Further, you will commit a bigger mistake. Okay, so that is the teaching. So we will take the verse number 44. Here, Arjuna is seeking apology. And in this verse in particular, after speaking 41st, 42nd, and 43rd verse, he is giving the conclusion. That boy Akshaj is not there? You called him? Okay. So we will begin with our prayers and then discuss. Om Agyana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupa Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagan Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu vayevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine. So we see the 44th verse. Arjuna is still offering his apology, is asking forgiveness. So in this verse he says, Tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kayam prasadaye tvam ahami samidyam Piteva putrasya sakheva sakhyo Priya priyaya arhasi deva sodhum Tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kayam Prasadaye tvam ahamishamedyam Viteva putrasya sakheva sakhyo Priya priyaya arhasi deva sodhum. One more time, with full attention. Tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kayam Prasadaye tvam ahamishamedyam Viteva putrasya sakheva sakhyo Priya priyaya arhasi deva sodhum. Tasma pranamya pranidhaya kayam प्रसादये त्वाम् अहमीशमीड्यम् पितेव पुत्रस्य सखेव साख्यो प्रिया प्रियाये अर्हसि देव सोढुम्. Decide. क्या हो गया? What is the difficulty? तस्मात् प्रणम्यं प्रणिधाय कायम् प्रसादये त्वामहमीशमीड्यम् पितेव पुत्रस्य सखेव साख्यो प्रिया प्रियाये अर्हसि देव सोढुम्. क्यों डर लगता है? सुनो, no, this is we have to become sharp to hear. तस्मात् प्रणम्य प्रणिधाय कायम्. तस्मात् प्रणम्य प्रणिधाय कायम् प्रसादये त्वामहमीशमीड्यम् पितेव पुत्रस्य सखेव साख्यो. This is Priya. This is Priya Priyaya. Priya Priyaya Sidev. So what Arjuna is saying now in his prayers in this verse, he says Tasma. Tasmat means conclusion. Therefore, Pranamya. Pranamya means to offer respects. How? Like we say Pranam. We just say pranam, but we don't offer pranam. There is difference. Arjuna is offering pranam. So he is offering obeisances. And how he is offering obeisances? Through his body, through his kaya. How? By falling flat on the ground. That is offering obeisances. What we say that Pitaji pranam, Mataji pranam. But do we offer pranam? No, we don't. Because there is, that culture is finished. The culture of respect is over. This Gen Z, they have the culture of disrespect and disobedience. They don't know the seed of respect and obeisances. It is over. Why? Because we are aping the West. In West, there is no such culture. That culture is there only in the Indian Vedic tradition. No foreign country has that tradition. Because they don't have that culture. Culture means you are able to give respects. If there is no culture of respect, there is no culture. There is unculture or uncivilized. So Arjuna is saying that tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kaya. So with my body, what I am doing, I am falling flat. Arjuna fell flat actually. Like we say, na, pranam. We just don't say pranam. In Vaishnava, what we say? Dandvat pranam. Prabhuji, Dandvat. Danda. Danda means like a stick or like a rod. And Vat means falling flat. Dandvat pranam means like you have seen us, you saw, you went. How do we offer obeisances? How do people, when they come to a temple, how they offer obeisances? They will come in front of the temple. This is pranam. You've seen? They will just touch the outer boundary, and by touching the outer boundary, they think they are done the pranam. But that is not the Shastra. That is just speaking pranam. But offering pranam is offering your body flat on the ground. Very difficult. For a person who has very high ego, he cannot bow down. Difficult for him to bow down. He will be broken, but he will not bow down. If a person knows to bend, then he will never be broken. You have seen a bamboo tree? Bamboo tree is always very tall and very straight. And have you seen a sugar cane stick? What is it? It is very strong and straight? No, it is always bent. What is the difference between the two? Wait. Let him try. Let him try. Very.
Why?
So that is why I'm asking, na? Why? You're repeating my question. What is the reason? Yeah.
Because sugarcane breaks down and survives the campus. No rise to bamboo. It's established.
I could not hear what you said. The generator is running. Why so much sound is coming? AC? Oh, yes. You close that AC. Simple reason. Bamboo is all hollow. If you chew the bamboo, what will happen? Your teeth will break. But will you get any taste? No. But sugar cane stick is all filled with juice. So it bends down. You will see even the trees. The trees which are bearing fruits, it will bend down. And the trees which are barren, it will always be straight. But here Arjuna is showing his humility by seeking forgiveness, apology. So he is saying, Tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kaya. Kaya means this body. So by his body, what he is doing, he is offering obeisances. That is why you've seen everywhere where we were going, what we were doing, we were offering obeisances. The body is meant to offer respects to senior and superiors. So he is offering respects. And what he is saying? Prasadaye tvam aham isham idyam. So prasadaye means that prasad means mercy or blessings. So what he is seeking? He is seeking mercy or blessings by asking forgiveness. Why he is asking Krishna the forgiveness? Because in the universal form, what he has seen, that tvam, that you are Isha Metyam, that you are the Ish. Ish means the Supreme Lord. The idiom is worshipable. And why you will forgive me? Arjuna is very intelligent, you see. Arjuna gives 3 examples, very beautiful examples. That although not knowing your position, not knowing your personality to be the Supreme Personality, what he said, Hey Krishna, Hey Yadav, Hey Sakheti. So I was considering you what? That you are Krishna, you are Gwala, Yadav, and you are my friend, but you are not so prominent as I am. So I was considering you to what? To be in a lower position than me. So he's saying that now I know that what is your supreme position. But I am seeking your mercy, your blessings, that you will forgive me. Why and how? Arjuna gives 3 examples, very beautiful examples. He says, Piteva Putrasya. So if the child commits a fault, what does the father do normally? What does he do? What does he beat every time? What do you receive? I'm asking you. Huh? And when you commit mistake, what does your father do? Every time beat you? Huh? You say sorry and you get released. Huh? So as the father forgives the child. This is the normal tendency of the father. What is the normal tendency of the father? To forgive. Because the child will keep committing what? Mistakes. And the father is expected to forgive him. So first example he gave is Piteva Putrasya. Like the father forgives the child. So you are the universal father. You are the universal boss. You are the universal supreme personality of Godhead. And Arjuna has already said in his prayers that Chara Charasya, you are the father of everyone, whether he is moving or non-moving. So I am also like your son. Everyone is your son and daughter. So as the Father forgives, you please forgive me for whatever mistakes I have committed knowingly or unknowingly. Then he gives a more intimate reason. He says, Sakheva Sakhyo. In the relationship of friendship, what is the prominence? What is the most prominence in the relationship of friendship? How become friends? Think. What makes us become friend? Yeah. Bolo? You have so many friends. You at least claim to have so-called friends. Actually, it will be tested in time. Who is actually a friend? Huh? Yes, equality. That means there is no formality. Then there is a possibility of friendship. If there is only formality, then you don't experience any joy, isn't it? If there is informality, like if you meet your schoolmate or batchmate or classmate, whom you studied 15 years, 20 years back. So the kind of conversation you have with him, can you have the same conversation with your classmates now? No. Because at that time there was no formality. There is the deep sense of equality. And normally what do two good friends do? Do they keep pampering each other? What they do? What do they do? What is the best, way of extracting the humor or joy? Yes, teasing and pulling each other. So what is that? That is complete absence of any respect. There is no disrespect, but there is no superiority or no seniority in that. There is equality. Like Krishna, we discussed, there are two types of relationship with Krishna. What was anyone remembers? Two kinds of relationship I said. Last time I discussed, yes. There are two types of friendship. Yes, very good. Vishram Sakhya and Gaurav Sakhya. So in Vishram Sakhya, what is prominent is intimacy. There is no respect or reverence. That means there is no superiority. Krishna experienced this only with his Vraja Sakhas, with his Gop Sakhas in Vrindavan. But in Dwarika or in Mathura, it is not possible. I gave so many examples. I gave example of Lord Ram. Lord Ram also has many friends. Vibhishan is his friend. But can he have dealing with Lord Ram as the Sakhas of Krishna has in Vrindavan? Not possible. Can Vibhishan place his hand on shoulder of Lord Ram? Not possible. There is the other, Sugriv also is his friend. Kevat is also his friend. But what are they? They are always in Gaurav Sakha. So Arjuna is saying here, so Vishramba Sakha, where there is intimacy. So where there is intimacy, there is no offense. So it depends, if the relationship is very strong, even if you abuse the other person, he takes it as his praise. But if the relationship is not strong, even if one appreciates, he feels that he is offending. Yes or no? You experience this, no? Why our relationship gets spoiled with people? Because the expectation is very high. And sacrifice is not there. So there is no depth in the relationship. The relationship is very superfluous. And it is very fragile. So here Arjuna is saying, like a friend forgives an other intimate friend. So you please forgive me. And then he gives the most intimate reason. What he says is Priya Priyaya. Like a lover and the beloved. So in that relationship, the relationship is so strong that there is no offense. Sometimes the wife commits some offense, or she shows sulkiness. You understand sulkiness? No? मान दिखाना. She shows her disinterest. So that the husband does not. What the husband does, he goes to the wife and tries to pacify her. He does not take offense. I don't know how much that is working now or not. But in a true husband-wife bond, it is there. I'll give you example. Like Maharaj Dashrath. So what did KK show? She showed man. Na? So what is that place called? Kopavan. She went into the chamber, inner chamber, where she expressed her dissatisfaction. Towards whom? No one else but the king, King Dashrath. So King Dashrath did not feel offended. What he went? He went there to pacify his king. And ultimately he had to succumb. So Arjuna is giving these three examples. Piteva putrasya sakheva sakhyo priya priyaya arasi deva sodu. So what you have to do, my dear Lord? You please tolerate. Whatever I may have done, whatever I may have said, or whatever I may have joked with you, what you do, you please forget and forgive. A very beautiful prayer. But we should not do this, that every day we keep committing blunder and we keep telling God that please forgive. This is what the Christians do. Prabhupada very much said, you know Christians what they do? On Sunday they will go to the church. Anyone who is practicing Christian here? No? No. On Sunday they will go to the church and they stand in front of that box. And there is the system, the process of confession. Confession. That from Monday till Sunday, whatever I have committed, you please forgive. And in that confession, they become what? Absolved. Absolved means they are freed from whatever sin they have committed. And as soon as they come out of the confession box, what they do? They again commit sin. This is not acceptable. Srimad Bhagavatam says it is like a elephant bathing. Have you seen an elephant bathing? The elephant, when it goes into the pool of river or water, what it does? It splashes a lot of water on his body and cleans himself. And as soon as he comes out of the water, it picks up the dust or mud through his trunk and again bathes himself. With what? With that dirt or mud. So this is the worldly affair. But that is not to be done. Here Arjuna is expressing his apology and seeking forgiveness. He is saying, now see the translation. Understood the verse? See how deep it is. Bhagavad Gita is not boring. Bhagavad Gita is very intimate, loving exchange between Arjuna and Krishna. But one need to know and enter and see this exchange. So Arjuna is saying, you are the Supreme Lord to be worshipped by every living being. Thus I fall down to offer you my respectful obeisance. This is the foremost quality. Other things will come next. But our problem is we want to directly become Priya Priyasi. That will never happen. That will never happen. Somebody says straight away, I want to be a practicing doctor. I will not study. I will not pass schooling. I will not pass graduation. I will not pass entrance. Can he become a doctor? He can never become a doctor. So the first thing what Arjuna is showing is that thus I fall down to offer you my respectful obeisances and ask your mercy. That is prasadai. And he says further, as a father tolerates the impudence of his son, a friend the impertinence of a friend, or a husband the familiarity of his wife. The husband may be a big boss in the office, but when he comes home, who is the boss? The wife. So here it is being said, the husband of the familiarity of the wife. Please tolerate the wrongs I may have done to you. So Arjuna is giving these examples with the hope, with the aspiration that Krishna will certainly forgive him. Krishna's devotee relate to Krishna in various relationships. So one might treat Krishna as a son. So Arjuna is giving this relationship that as the father tolerates the son. So in our relationship, you are the father and I am the son. So the father is supposed to forgive the son. So forgive. And then one might treat Krishna as a husband or as a friend, as a master. Krishna and Arjuna are related in friendship. As the father tolerates, or the husband or the master tolerates, so Krishna tolerates. Actually, Krishna is tolerating. And there is no limit for Krishna to tolerate. If he would not be tolerating, if he would have started punishing us, then where we would be? Yeah. No, it is a fact. When the living entity, all of us, we had the experience, but we have become what? Completely oblivious to it. Before we came into this world, where were you? At least 9 months in the womb of our mothers. Yes or no? Anyone who did not have this experience? And in the womb of the mother, when the living entity is, encased, he is in a very, very severe condition of suffering. That suffering condition is so acute. It is explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam that how much the living entity suffers. You just imagine in this big room, which has all the facilities. You have light, you have fan, you have AC, you have water. If you tell you to lock you up for 9 days in this room, how would you feel? You can sleep as much as you want for 9 days. How many of you will take the offer? Will anyone take the offer? No. So just imagine this room is too big. Within the womb of the mother, the living entity is turned upside down and is completely cramped. And where is he lying? He is lying in the abdomen of the mother, where all the food goes. And not only the food goes, there are with the food, there are many worms. And these worms, they bite the tender skin of the unborn baby. He experiences such suffering that the urine and the stool, everything is where? Within the abdomen. And is in such a discomfort. So the living entity very vehemently cries to the Lord and prays to the Lord that please release me from this hell. Please free me from this hell. And I promise you that never again will I commit the same karma or offense to come back in the same situation. And after repeated requests, the Lord releases him. That is why you have seen as soon as the child takes birth, what he does? He profusely cries. Profusely cries. And in case if the child does not cry, the doctors become very worried that the pregnancy is not normal. The child is not normal. But what happens? As soon as he comes out, he forgets all this. That is the feature of the condition. So, that whatever experience of suffering we had, we forget. And whatever little pleasure we have, we always aspire for that. So that is why again and again we commit the same mistakes. Because we don't learn from our mistakes. So that is the acutest suffering that the jiva experiences while he is in the womb of the mother for 9 months, not a short duration. And the second acutest suffering that he has to experience is at the time of death. That is why you see people most of the time when they are near death, they go in coma because the suffering is so acute. And that will, as Kali Yuga will progress, you will see more and more people going in coma. It is already predicted. It is all documented. And there is no scientist on this earth who can change it. Does the scientist have the mind? Can he change his death? There is no such scientist. Actually, there is no one scientist. There is only one scientist. And that scientist is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But the problem is that we don't submit to that scientist. So we are suffering. And in this journey between birth and death, what else we experience? We experience old age. That is also very painful. When the limbs do not function, you become almost what? You become like a paralyzed person. You are dependent on others' mercy. And before the old age come, there comes diseases. So these four things are always there: birth, old age, disease, and death. And this is with everyone, whoever may be in whatever position, however rich he may be, however so much post or position he may have. But this is common to everyone. So here Arjuna is seeking the forgiveness. And through the forgiveness, he is having this hope, this aspiration that by your mercy, prasade tvam, aham isha vidyam, that I will be forgiven and you will tolerate me. So the Lord is tolerating. So this was the point which I was saying. Because every time we get into that womb, the living entity makes a promise to the Lord that this time you please release me. Like we say, when the exam comes, that please, my dear Lord, इस बार पास करा दो. अगली बार ऐसा नहीं करूंगा. अगली बार मैं पूरे साल पढ़ूंगा. एग्जाम खत्म होने के बाद बात भूल गए. यस और नो? कितनी बार कर चुके हैं? और जितनी बार करते हैं उतनी बार कन्वीनियंटली उसको भुला देते हैं. बिकॉज वो हम कोई वादा नहीं करते. वी आर मेकिंग अ फॉल्स प्रॉमिस. वी आर स्पीकिंग ऑल लाइस. So the Lord, what he is doing? He is just tolerating. He says, okay, I give you one more chance. He is giving us chance after chance. But your teacher will not do. If you have failed once in your class, in a thesis, once or two times or three times, you have spent 4, 5, 6 years, then what he will say? He'll kick you out. Even your institute will kick you out. Yes or no? But the Lord never kicks us out. He is always giving us an opportunity to fulfill our promise. So that is why our Acharya says, Jeeva Jago. Oh dear living entity, wake up to reality. How long you will be in dreams? Or how long you will keep sleeping? Wake up to reality. So Krishna is just tolerating. And Arjuna is saying, you just tolerate my offense. Ultimately, Krishna is always tolerating. But he is so merciful. That is why this prayer is also very, very deep that we recite. Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu. What is he? He is an ocean of mercy. So there is no limit. In the ocean, is there any limit? And what kind of ocean this is? This is an ocean of mercy. Forgiveness. Okay. We'll take at least one more verse. So further Arjuna says, this is from here Arjuna will change his mood. He will make a request. We saw first in the first two verses what he did. He did the glorification. Then he offered his obeisances. And then he is offering forgiveness, apology. And now what he will make? He will make a request. What he says? Adrishta purvam harshito asmi drishtva bhayena cha pravyatitam mano me तदेव मे दर्शया देवरूपम प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास अदृष्टपूर्वं हर्षितो अस्मि दृष्ट्वा भयेन चा प्रव्यथितं मनो मे. तदेव मे दर्शया देव रूपम प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवासः. Recite. Those who did not recite, try. अदृष्टपूर्वं हर्षितोऽस्मि दृष्ट्वा. Good, very good. Recite. If you don't practice, then how this fear will go out? अदृष्टपूर्वं हर्षितोऽस्मि दृष्ट्वा. न चाप्राव्यथितं मनो मे तदेव मे दृश्या देवरूपा. प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास. अदृष्टपूर्वं भयेन चाप्राव्यथितं मनो मे तदेव मे दृश्या देवरूपम् प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास. So what Arjuna is saying? Adrishtaha, Purva. Purva means previously. Adrishta means never seen before. This form of yours, this gigantic form of yours, or this splendorous form of yours, which has never been seen before, Asmi Drishtva, I have never seen before. So I am feeling very joyed also, overjoyed that I have come to know what? That my friend is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the Supreme Person. But along with being happy and joyous and gladdened, also in my heart, bhayena, there is a emotion of fear. Why there is an emotion of fear? Because I have seen everyone being engulfed by you, devoured by you in your Kalarupam. So bhayena cha pravyathitam. So my mind is getting what? Disturbed by seeing your this very fearful form. This form is very bhayanak, very fearful form. So tadeva me drishya deva rupam. So I want to see your deva rupam, that form of yours which you showed previously. Prasida. Prasida means that please show me favor, or here it is written grace, same favor or grace. And he's calling Krishna as Devesha. So the form of the Lord, which is the master, or he is the foremost of all the demigods. So who is the foremost among all the demigods? Huh? Lord Vishnu. Amongst all the demigods, Brahma, Shiva and Vishnu, who is the supreme? Vishnu. So what he forms the Tadeva me darshaya deva rupa. And Prasida, please be merciful to me, because you are Devesha. You are the Lord of all the demigods. And also he says you are Jagan Nivasa. You are the refuge, or you are the shelter of the entire universe. In this universal form, You are the shelter of the entire universe is taking, where he is taking refuge? In you. Previously also Krishna has already says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo. So everyone takes shelter and refuge in you. So you see the translation now. After seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before. So Krishna has shown, we discussed, many times people argue, they may say Krishna showed his universal form to Mother Yashoda. Yes, but not to this extent. That was what? That was much lesser. He did not show his Kalarup. Did he show the Kalarup? No. Then Mother Yashoda would have completely fainted. If she would have seen the Kalarup, then Vrindavan Lila would not be possible. Because you see what has happened? As after seeing the Kalarup, Arjuna's friendship was transformed. From Vishram, it has become what? Gauravena. Now he is fearful. As soon as you know that your friend is the prime minister, then you have to become fearful. अगर कुछ गलत निकल गया तो भैया काट देगा या कटवा देगा. फिर पंगा नहीं ले सकते हो? फिर पंगा नहीं ले सकते. लेंगे? डर जाएंगे ना? डर आ जाएगा. So he's saying that after seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened. But at the same time, my mind is disturbed. Why? With fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me. How? Withdraw this form. हटा लो. ये जो काल रूप है, ये जो यूनिवर्सल फॉर्म है, इसको आप क्या कर लो? विड्रॉ कर लो, हटा लो. And reveal again your form. Which form? Darshaya Devaru. As the personality of Godhead, Devesha. O Lord of Lords, O abode of the universe. So it is very, very interesting to see that Arjuna is telling the Lord that you please withdraw your form. Everyone is praying that you please exhibit. Why we are going to Vrindavan? To see Krishna. And every time why we are praying? That you please show yourself. Every sadhaka, every worshipper, what is their aspiration? They want to see the Lord in this form. And here for the first time we are saying that Arjuna is saying that you withdraw this form. Why? Because this form is very fearful. Same situation happened when Lord Narasimhadev appeared. When Narasimhadev appeared, his form was also very ferocious. So all the demigods, they were feeling so fearful that none of them had the courage to face Narasimhadev. So Brahma told Shiva that please you go. Shiva said, no, I am not going. Let us send Lakshmi. And Lakshmi says, he is not my husband. I cannot go in front of him. He might tear me like he has teared Hiranyakashipu. So she was feeling so frightened. Then ultimately what they thought? That there is only one rescue, to send Prahlad. To send Prahlad. Like previously before, when Indra committed offense, what he did? He did not come in front of Krishna. He was hiding in behind what? Surabhi. He first sent Surabhi. That Krishna is Gro Brahmane Hitayacha. When Krishna sees the cow, he will become pacified. But Arjuna says, whom should I send? I know that Indra, Chandra, everyone is. So, is your servant. You are the supreme. I cannot have any shield in front of me. So what he's saying, please kindly withdraw this one. And Darshaya Devarupam. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form of personality of Godhead, O Lord of Lord, O abode of the universe. Arjuna is always in confidence with Krishna because he is a very dear friend. Another dear friend is gladdened by his friend's opulence, his position, his grandeur. Arjuna is very joyful to see that his friend Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead and can show such a wonderful universal form. But at the same time, after seeing that universal form, he is afraid that he has committed so many offenses to Krishna out of his unalloyed friendship. Thus, his mind is disturbed out of fear. although he had no reasons to fear. Arjuna therefore is asking Krishna to show his Narayan form, his form as the uh, Lord of the demigods, because he can assume any form. Krishna can assume any form. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This universal form is material and temporary. I have explained this before also. I am explaining again. This universal form is not a permanent feature. This universal form is only for a particular purpose. And what was the purpose? Through Arjuna, Krishna wanted to tell the world that he is the source of everyone and everything in this universe. So just I said na, that we say pranam, but we don't offer pranam. Do we offer pranam? No. Do we flat? Do we fall flat? Now we have seen now more it has come. Mataji Pani pranam. They will just show that their hand is touching the feet. They will not touch. Do they touch? No. That era is over. But here, what Arjuna is saying, that Arjuna requested, so Krishna showed the universal form. But this universal form is not a eternal feature. It is a temporary. Because eternal form is very, very pleasing. And the universal form is very ghastly. So the devotees, they never aspire for the universal form. They only aspire to see Krishna's very most charming and beautiful form, where he is playing the flute. So this universal form is material and temporary, as the material world is temporary. But in the Vaikuntha planet, he has this transcendental form with 4 hands as Narayan. There are innumerable planets in the spiritual sky, and in each of them, Krishna is present by his plenary manifestations of different names. You know, in the Vaikuntha Lok, we have Lord Narayan. And Lord Narayan he manifests four arms. And in his 4 arms, what he holds? Very good. So this is it. So he has 12 names. Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Narayanaya Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha, Om Govindaya Namaha, Om Vishnave Namaha. So all there are 12 names. And why the names are different? Because the position of these 4 things are different in different forms. If he is holding the club in the right hand, then his name is specific. But if he is holding the lotus in that hand, his name is different. It is all explained. It is all explained in the Shastras. So in this way, he has different forms. So but Arjuna is specifically asking to show him which form? As the form of Narayan. Because Narayan is the original form from whom all the other demigods exhibit. There are innumerable planets in the spiritual sky, and in each of them, Krishna is present by his plenary manifestation of different names. So, different names I told you. Keshavaya Nama, Narayanaya Nama, Govindaya Nama, Vishnave Nama, Madhavaya Nama, Govindaya Nama. So, all these names are different because what changes? These 4 things which he has in his hand, it keeps changing. Thus, Arjuna desired to see one of the forms manifest in the Vaikuntha planet. Of course, in each Vaikuntha planets, the form of Narayan is 400. But the 4 hands hold different arrangements of symbols. It is mentioned here. The conch shell, which is Padma, mace, which is Gada, lotus, which is the Padma. Shank, no, lotus is not Shank, Padma. And disc, which is the chakra. According to the different hand, these 4 things are held. In the Narayanas are variously named, and the Narayanas are named. All of these forms are one with Krishna. Therefore, Arjuna requests to see his 400 feature. Previously, Arjuna was saying what? Arjuna was saying 200 features. Then he saw what? the universal form. And in the universal form, Krishna displayed his Kala Rupam, his most ghastly form. And now Arjuna is requesting to show him the Narayan form. Why? Because Arjuna wants to prove to everyone that Krishna is the source of everyone, including Narayan. If Krishna is not the source of Narayan, how can he show the form of Narayan? He cannot show. So Arjuna is proving by this request that Krishna is also the source of Narayan. This is a very big secret. Although those who know Bhagavad Gita, they know it. But outside the world, everyone says that Krishna comes from Narayan. Before coming to ISKCON, I also had that understanding. But after studying Bhagavad Gita, now we have this clarity. And this is the clarity coming here. If, if you tell me that you call the Prime Minister, how can I call the Prime Minister? I can only call the Prime Minister to come here if I have a position higher than Prime Minister. Isn't it? Otherwise, what my calling will have effect? And no one will pick up my phone. Or they will, reject or threaten me. How dare you call the Prime Minister? So how Krishna can show the Narayan Rupa? Because Narayan comes from Krishna. Okay. So I'll stop here. It is close to 9. Exactly 9. 9.1. Okay. So we discuss these two aspects of Arjuna's prayers and request. If you have any question or doubt, please ask. But I expect you to have some, relevant questions. What is the? अरे it is all mentioned ना. पूरा इतना सारा श्लोक पढ़ा था ना. अब मैं आपको बताता हूँ, पढ़ो आप. श्लोक नंबर बता रहा हूं मैं, आप यहां से पढ़ना. Arjuna is asking, who are you in this ghastly form? You see these verses? It starts from verse number 24. Oh, all pervading Vishnu, seeing you within, one more person go with him. Haribol, you go with him to bring, because I have a different driver. I don't have my driver today. So, oh, all pervading Vishnu, seeing you with so many radiant colors touching the sky, your gaping mouth and your great glowing eyes, my mind is perturbed by fear. From here, Krishna is showing his Kala Rupa. And then Arjuna asked this question, that who are you in this form? 31st verse. You are not studying. You forgot. I've already covered all of it. And then Krishna says in the 32nd verse, Kalo asmi lokshay krit pravito. Okay, so it is all there. You have to again revise. You did not study. Hare Krishna. Anyone else? Please ask. If you have any doubt, if you have any question, please ask. It is called spiritual inquiry, jigyasa. Jigyasa will come when only there is some awakening. There is their inquisitiveness to know. Online, those who are hearing can also ask. If you have any question, please ask. So let us summarize. What did we understand in this session today? Who remembers? What did we understand today?
Always tolerates everyone and
So I will keep offending him.
peace of avoiding second forgets and
Very good. Master is little tough, strict. The master may fire you, but the father can never fire you. Can the father fire? No. Uh, if you would have received the fire, then you would have changed. Okay. What else? Very good. What else did we learn today? Speak up. I spent speaking more than an hour, 20 minutes. You have said. You have said your word. You tell me. Birth. Yes. Yeah. Four things are there or not? These are actually, in human form of life, these are the four problems. These are the only sole problems in human existence. There is no economic problem. It is all artificial. There is no relationship problem. It is all artificial. There is only these four problems. And one who resolves these four problems, that means he has done justice to the human form of life. Otherwise, next life, he does not qualify to come back as human. He is busy in eating, sleeping, mating, and depending, then he has to glide down to the lower species. If we have made solution to these four problems, then we have, successfully completed the human mission of life. Can you find anyone in this world who is able to solve these four problems? You cannot find. You cannot find. No one talks about it. Did you hear anyone talking about these problems? Krishna says, when we will come to the 13th chapter, Krishna says, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi Dukh Doshanu Darshanam. Anu Darshanam. Darshan means to be able to see. And darshan also means philosophy. So these are the four problems in this human form of existence. And one who has overcome this four problem, his human life is success. Otherwise, what it is a complete failure. Again, he has to go through the same cycle. But that awakening or that awareness is no longer there. The entire world will change. There will be no conflict. There will be no attempt to show superiority externally, where we have to show superiority to overcome these four evils. So that is the need of the human form of life. So Bhagavad Gita awakens us to become aware to what the real problem is and then to attempt to find a solution. Okay, thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We have prasadam for you, so everyone please have prasad. Hare Krishna.